Hello, YouTube. The year was 1978. The place? Cape Cod, Mass., Nauset Beach, camping and fishing. When I saw something that I would never forget. One of our fellow fishermen opened up a leather pouch on his waist and drew out the coolest thing I had ever seen. The sun glinted off the brass, and as he opened the blade with a resounding snap as it locked into place, I was in awe. I had never seen anything like it. It was the Buck 110. It was a magical moment for me, and not being allowed to touch it drove me insane. Up until that point, the only thing I had ever seen for a pocket knife was something like this. My dad's old pocket knife. It was a modern miracle. Well, years went by, and one day at a flea market, I found a knife that looked just like a buck knife. I was excited. It was $4. Who cared that it was made in Pakistan? I picked it up anyway. Well, I ended up caring that it was made in Pakistan. When the lock snapped out of the back and the knife was useless. Time went by, and a day came that somebody was desperate for a cigarette and offered me this knife in trade for a cigarette. I took the deal. I was in high school at the time. Can't remember what year it was, but I carried that knife, even though it had a broken tip, for many years. Shortly after I received it, I did my best to grind the tip back into a tip, and continued to use the knife up until I found something that I thought was going to be so much better. And it was, but that's another story. I retired the knife. Bought a new one. Stopped using it because I had something better. The knife disappeared for a while. Well, no, actually before it disappeared, I let my ex-wife use it on a construction site. She beat it up pretty bad, well, not much worse than I had already beaten it, but a little bit more. Then the knife disappeared. Didn't see it for a few years, and it was rediscovered in a box in the cellar, tarnished and rusty and in horrible shape. But I found it, and here it is. A knife that's been everything. It's been a hammer, a pry bar, a screwdriver, a knife, a chopping instrument, food prep. It's done it all. Nothing has been abused. I've never abused anything worse than I had abused this knife. And the evidence shows. It's in rough shape. The rust I managed to clean off. A little bit of pitting left. There's the Buck 110 with the 2 dots. That shows that the knife was made between 1974 and 1980. Now I knew from the person that I got it from approximately when it was bought, and I did the research, and yep, around 1977 this was made. And I beat the crap out of it. There's my reground tip. So for all I did to it, it's still alive. Yep, there's a slight bit of side-to-side blade play. And even less up and down blade play. There's a little there, but what do you expect for a knife that even chopped? You know, they changed a little bit over the years. I have a 1991 model. And, yeah, let me close that just so I don't screw up and cut myself. As you can see, they're rounded now. The old ones were squared off. The blade steel's changed over the years. The blade shape changed a little bit. The nail nick changed a bit. I mean, this one has a nice crisp line across here. Whereas later on, earlier on, they were kind of smooth and nice satin finish on it. But, there. Yep, that was the thing. My EDC knife for probably 15 years. Took everything I gave it. The old ones were made with 440C. And then there was another steel that I can't remember what they used. It may or may not be in this one. And of course now they use the 420HC. But yep. The knife that made me love knives. Anyway, I won't bore you any further with this. I'm going on and on. I just wanted to... Oh wait, no. Before I quit, there was something else. The sheath difference between the old knives and the new knives. Something that I don't like about the new sheaths is how they carry. The old sheath here carried really low on your waist. The newer ones carry high and poke you in the side. Which I found unpleasant. But, I mean, it's a pretty big difference. There's a lot more belt loop on those old ones. But anyway, just wanted to chat a bit about my old favorite knife since I found it and cleaned it up a little bit. And for those naysayers about buck knives, hey, they can take a beating and they keep going. Alright, thanks a lot for watching. Have yourselves a great day and see you soon.